Hi everyone. Well, I'm afraid I've still got a croaky voice at the moment, so you're going to have to forgive me for that. So hopefully you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. Although my voice does tend to get a little bit worse as I talk. So hopefully you'll still be able to understand me towards the end of this forecast. So yes, it's not looking like a great week. It's looking pretty unsettled, really, with rain and showers at times. Fairly mild, but also quite windy too. So yeah, not an ideal week really coming up. In fact, quite close to what we've already seen for the last week or two. So as always, let's start off with the areas of high and low pressure. And you can see at the moment the isobar is a little bit more slack in this area. So the winds are a little bit lighter, but we've still got low pressure nearby. Although tomorrow we do have this ridge of high pressure coming through for the afternoon, and that will give us some dry, brighter conditions. But apart from that, it's looking like an unsettled week with these isobars being quite tight, meaning quite a lot of wind around, and also with the low pressures being nearby, it means rain and showers at times too. Then as we move through Wednesday into Thursday, we see this area of high pressure down here to the south trying to push its way towards us. It doesn't really have much success, but it does make any rain that comes through a little bit lighter, a little bit more patchy. But that really just continues with the unsettled theme. So even into Friday, it does look like it'll be staying unsettled. And then beyond that, in towards next weekend, low pressure does look like staying with us. Potentially even some very strong areas of low pressure as we move through the second half of the weekend. But of course, that's a long way off now, and we'll have to give you a lot more information on that a little bit closer to the time when the details are a little bit more consistent with the models. So let's start off with tomorrow morning. We see some quite heavy showers moving through, potentially some hail mixed in, and they'll be quite gusty around these showers, even though the winds overall will be fairly light or moderate. And then as we move into the afternoon, the winds will be moderate still, but becoming even lighter still, and they'll be really starting off in the west northwest, but coming back around to the west southwest later. But this doesn't mean there'll be any more showers coming in off the channel. It looks like being quite a fine, dry afternoon with some good sunny spells and temperatures 7 to 8 degrees Celsius. As we move into Tuesday, it looks more unsettled once again, so we see some patchy rain and drizzle in places, and perhaps a little bit of low cloud and hill fog along the high ground in the south and west. The winds will be fresh to strong and from the south-southwest, but that will be bringing in some mild air, so we'll be looking at temperatures of around 11 or 12 degrees Celsius. Then as we move through into Wednesday, we still see these unsettled conditions with patchy rain across the island. There'll still be the odd brighter spell if you're lucky anyway, but there could also be a few heavier showers moving through or heavier showery outbreaks moving through. But in general, it will be a cloudy and occasionally wet day with just a few dry spells here and there. The winds will be west-southwest and strong, and that'll be keeping the temperatures very mild at around 12 degrees. On Thursday, it looks the same once again, so we're still going to be seeing a lot of cloud around, a little bit of patchy rain and drizzle here and there, with just a few brighter spells in places, perhaps a little more towards the afternoon. The winds will be fresh and becoming strong once again from the west-southwest, and temperatures once again will be a very mild 12 degrees Celsius. So now let's have a really brief look into what's happening later on Thursday and into Friday. So as you can see, this matches with our pattern and with our weather map we were just showing before. So we see this patchy rain moving through on Thursday, but then as we move through into Friday, we see the potentially band of potentially very heavy rain moving through. Now, it's very difficult to say exactly if this is going to happen and the timing of it. There's a little bit of divergence between the models. Some of them are showing lots of rain. Other ones are showing not much in the way of rain at all. So it's one of those situations, I'm afraid, where you'll have to come back a little bit closer to the time. And especially really from Tuesday or Wednesday onwards. And we should have a lot more detail on this. So that's pretty much it, really. I hope you managed to understand what I was saying there, or able to understand what I was saying, because my voice is very croaky and it's quite a challenge to speak at the moment, and a bit of a challenge to get all the words out in time. So anyway, an unsettled week ahead. There will be rain and showers at times, along with some very strong winds at times as well. But there will also be the odd occasional brighter spell. from here and there in random places. So yeah, it doesn't look like the worst week ever, but it really doesn't look like a great week either. So anyway, that's all for now. I hope that all made sense. Goodbye.